that have got involved to bring this together. The first time that the big show comes back to Australia in 10 years. We're looking forward to the next 4 rounds of racing, 2 here in Shepparton and of course 2 in Bathurst next week.
I'm Jason Richardson here with Rich Eames.
My off-season was good, Jason. I'm feeling really excited today. Can't wait to get stuck into the 2020 Olympic qualification season. As you can see, we are here in Shepparton, Victoria, in the beautiful country of Australia. We're here this weekend on the 1st and 2nd of February, going to Bathurst in New South Wales next week on the 8th and 9th, and then moving on to Manchester, Papendal and Rock Hill to conclude the series.
Wow, I tell you, this track looks pretty close to perfect, and by that I mean 99.999 infinity 9% perfect. The weather here is just a bit hot. What do you say?
Yeah, bearing in mind I flew in from Europe and it was 5 degrees when I left home. I'm absolutely loving the weather here, and just look at the beautiful city of Bathurst. It's Bathurst of Shepparton. Getting mixed up here. I'm sorry about that.
Spread about all throughout the town, so known for the cattle and the dairy industry here, and as well as the Shepparton Sport Commission bringing us in to have this great race.
Yeah, apparently the city of Shepparton was named after a European settler, Mr. Sherborne Shepparton. That's where the name comes from. Got a population of about 50,000 people approximately, and got some very famous residents as well, Jason. Who? Mr. Brett Lancaster, whose name is on the side of the velodrome here, won an Olympic gold in 2004 in Athens at the Olympics, and rode for Mitchelton Scott, which is Australia's pro cycling team. So yeah, Shepparton, it's got a lot to offer.
Well, as you see, 12:05, we're going to get started with the action. Men and women lead round 1.
This afternoon, we're going to the 16 finals at 10 to 2. And at the main show at around 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Semi-finals at 15:45.
Moving on, we're looking at some beautifully sunny conditions here in Shepparton. Temperature a nice balmy 34 degrees with a 22km/h wind. So almost perfect conditions here. A little bit breezy. I know some of the riders have been having some fun and games down that first straight. And just looking at the World Cup standings for 2019, Nick Kimmon winning the title, winning 6 rounds out of 10 with a superb performance all the way through the year. Alfredo Campo, that's 2nd place. David Graff 3rd. Jeremy Renkerel 4th. Sylvain Andre 5th. And Roman Mayu in 6th. Moving on to the women's standings, Laura Smulders took the title with Felicia Stansel just behind her there in that 2nd spot. Elise Willoughby rounding out the top 3. Natalia Afremova in 4. Manon Valentino in 5. Simone Christiansen taking a win early in the series. She ended up 6th. Judy Bow in 7th. And Australia's finest Saya Sakakibara rounding out the top 8.
Just talking about the racing today.
As we can see at the top of the hill, the big Shepparton, the top of the 8-meter hill. You see just next to it is the 5-meter for the amateurs, but all today, all day and all weekend long, we're going to be coming off the big hill, 8-meter, going around this track. Lots of double jumps. They call it kind of peaky out there, meaning the lips come to a sharp, abrupt lip. A peak, if you will.
Yep.
So definitely riders wanting to watch their speed and make sure they maximize their track, getting good backside, getting those pedals in. It's a bit of timing, a bit of skill, a bit of power and strength. What do you say, Rich?
Yeah, those turns look really wide open as well. So there's going to be some interesting action as we go through the rounds here in Shepparton, Australia. We've got round 1 coming up. This will take you through to the 16th finals. If you're inside the top 4, or if you're outside of the top 4, you move on to the last chance qualifiers.
Round 1, Nick Kieman, Mitchell Shopman, Jeremy Smith, Nicholas Torres, Niels Bensick, Jamie Gill, Jacob Bernhardt, and Joshua McDermott. Nick Kieman in lane 1, the red plate signifying he is last year's points leader. He'll be coming out of lane 1. Gate goes down. Looks like Smith off to a great start out of lane 3, but it looks like Kimmin is going to just blaze a trail into the first corner, keeping that wheel up, manualing all that first jump. It's a big jump into the first corner to manual. Looking smooth over the doubles. You can see the riders trying to moderate their speed going in and out of the second corner. Kimmin, Smith, Mensick, and Shopman, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So far, what you see is what you're going to get. Shopman may be in trouble. We'll see as there's a move by the Argentinian rider. We'll see if he was able to get that 4th place position as they cross the line. That'll be Kimmin, Smith, Bensick, and Torres for the qualifying spot.
Yeah, so Nick Kimmin jumping in exactly where he left off at the end of last season. The 2019 UCI BMX Supercross champion starting his campaign for 2020 with a win. Nick Kimmin, Jeremy Smith, Niles Bensick, and Nicholas Torres all going through to the 16th finals. Moving on to heat number 2. On top of the hill, we've got Alfredo Campo, Isaac Kennedy, James Palmer, Maurizio Molina Vergara, Matthias Verhoeven, Sista Ugamar, Louis Cotton, and Jaden Keogh out of Australia.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
As heat number 2 leaves the gate, let's have a look who's got an early good start, and it looks like Alfredo Campo on the inside going very well. That's Isaac Kennedy, the national champion of Australia, right there next to him. So those guys 1 and 2 out of the turn. I was having a quick chat with Eddie Clerté, the French rider, earlier on, and he was saying you've really got to moderate your speed. Go at about 70% to get through that second straight. So Campo, Kennedy, Molina, James Palmer of Canada, one half of Coffee Chatter. He's in there in 4 at the moment and looking for a qualifying spot, but it is Alfredo Campo, Isaac Kennedy coming down the final straight. They're going to get the 1 and 2. Who's going to get the 3? It's going to be James Palmer, and the 4th place to Molina from Chile.
Great ride by Campo, Isaac Kennedy, getting a top 3 finish last year in one of the World Cups. Campo, Kennedy, Palmer, and Molina with the qualifying positions in Heat 2 as we go back up to the hill for Heat number 3. Graf, Booty, Kadyshev, Hill, Hughes, McLean, Wade Turner, and Kyle Warner. A lot of Australians here looking to make their name in the game. We're happy to see a bunch of young, excited riders on the circuit. David Graf, number 7, he'll be coming out of lane number 1. He just announced this is his final season. Let's see if he can put a win on the board before he retires. We'll see if number 7, coming out of lane number 1, David Graf, can take it to the front. Looks like an Australian rider on the outside, jumping into the first corner, but it's going to be Graf just on the inside, edging him out. Graf, again, over these doubles, having to moderate the speed. You see the rider at number 2 looking to stay low. It's hard to do. McLean, so it's going to be Graf, McLean, Hughes, and Booty, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Graf, McLean all over him. McLean looking to make a move. We'll see what happens. But it looks like number 7, David Graf, with the jump to manual down the last straight, followed by McLean, Hughes, and Kadyshev.
Yeah, definitely like to see David Graf pick up a win in the World Cup this season, with it being his final season on the tour. That would certainly be a great thing to see. And there's your result: David Graf, Joshua McLean, Andrew Hughes, and Alexander Kadyshev out of Russia, making up the top 4. Everybody else moving through to the LCQ a little bit later on. Heat number 4, locked and loaded. Renkarel, Nakai, Marquardt, Van Kamen, Juve, Homch, Cardoso, and Sayafudin from Indonesia. Jeremy Renkarel there on the inside. Nicely relaxed and focused. And serious concentration from Asuma Nakai in gate number 2.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Heat number 4 gets underway. Jeremy Renkarel and Asuma Nakai looking to make some moves, but Simon Marquardt getting in the middle of it as well. But it's Renkarel leading to the turn. Van Kammen's in the middle of that one as well. And Renkarel gets the whole shot. Oh, 1, 2, 3 riders going down. So there's action in the first turn. People taking a tumble. Renkarel just getting slightly front wheel high, going through that section. Asuma Nakai looking for a move in that second turn. Can't quite make it stick. Van Kammen's in there in 3, and that's Cardoso in there in 4. But everybody got tangled up and mixed it up in that first turn. But Jeremy Renkarel out of France, number 4 in the Supercross rankings. He's going to take the win. Nakai's going to go through in 2, Van Kamen in 3, and Cardoso in 4. Marquardt and the crew going to the LCQ.
Yeah, Marquardt pretty disappointing in the first corner, but Asuma Nakai with a great run down the first straight, sliding himself into that second place position, was almost battling for the first place position in the second corner. Not a place. There we go. You can see Nakai on that white line pretty much going into that first corner. Making sure the track is all clear as we get ready for heat number 5, which is on top of the hill. There's your qualifying results from heat number 4. Renkarel, Nakai, Van Kamen, and Cardoso. Cardoso with a bit of luck that round.
And sometimes that's what you need.
Rather be lucky than good.
Yep.
Heat number 5, Andre, Isidore, Bias, Burcardo, the Burcardo Breeze. Thank you, Pete Deluski, for that one. The Jackal, Rodway, Moran, and Bettis. Sylvain Andre, the number 3 rider, sitting in lane 1 next to Quillen Isidore. 2 powerhouses on the inside. Look for them to do some damage this lap.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gate drops. Who wants it? Who needs it? Isidore with a little bit of a wheelie down the hill. He's going to find himself relegated to the second place position as both Andre and Isidore run away into the first corner, 1 and 2. Andre coming out looking quite steady and ready to take Isidore getting challenged now. Isidore's going to shut that door. He's going to maintain that second position. Bias still shopping. Burcardo finds his way into 4th place. But Sylvain Andre looking to get in a new area or zip code, country code you might want to call it, here at the World Cup all by himself as he crosses the line in first place, followed by Bias, Isidore, and Burcardo.
Yeah, already seen those turns being used to good effect. Michael Bias just swooping underneath Quillen Isidore in that final turn after Isidore cuts him off in the second turn. So it's going to be interesting with these nice wide turns how things turn out a little bit later on. We'll see some serious moves being made, I think. One rider that took a tumble in that second turn, just rolling round to the finish. Not quite sure who that was, but he's up and okay, which is nice to see. Looks like the 153 who took the tumble. That was Oliver Moran.
Oliver Moran, a junior, racing in the elite ranks.
I think he podiumed actually in Zolder last year, if I remember correctly.
He may have.
And there is your result. Sylvain Andre taking the win. Michael Bias into Quillen Isidore in 3 and Anthony Burcardo going through in 4. Heat number 6 on top of the hill. Roman May, Vincent Pelloard, Jimmy Thurkelson, Jukio Yoshimura, Shane Rosa, Devecchi from Italy, Marcus Wick from Australia, and Cole McConey from New Zealand.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
We've got 2 national champions in this one, Jimmy Thurkelson and Jukio Yoshimura, both the national champions of their respective countries, but it is the Frenchman Roman Mayu breezing into that first turn, looking almost very, very relaxed. Vincent Pelloard right there behind him in 2. Those guys heading down that second straight in front, just trying to pick out. Looks like Thurkelson, who's in there in 3 at the minute, and the all-important 4th spot is held by Shane Rosa out of Australia. So Australia looking to go through in this round into the 16th, but Roman Mayu cruising, looking very, very relaxed. Vincent Pelloard's in there in 2, so the Frenchman via Colombia, he's going through in that second spot. Thurkelson in 3, Rosa in 4, Yoshimura in 5, but Roman Mayu just looking pretty much casual going down that first straight.
Roman Mayu did not even pedal down the second half of the first straightaway. Vincent Pelloard looking good as always. He's going to be looking to contest and get in the main event himself as we go up To heat number 7, Molina, Pollard, Rago, Richard, Racine, Sciortino, Hasegawa, Taylor, and Oigama.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gates going down. We'll see if the Argentinian Slayer can make it happen outside of his country. It looks like he's doing a great job with Molina taking it straight to the front. It's going to be Molina going in and out of the first cut. Whoa! Slides out, comes out of a pedal. He's going to lose it as we go into the second corner. Get an ID on that rider. It's going to be Pollard, followed by Rago, Richard, Sciortino, and Taylor. So we have a Mediterranean contingent, 1, 2, and 3, as we see Rago Richard in the blue and yellow, looking quite smooth as he takes it to the finish line, followed by Pollard, Rago Richard, followed by Racine and Sciortino. So France, 1, 2, and 3, followed by Italy.
Yeah, Corey Taylor's going to be kicking himself after that one because he got caught up in that final turn, got pushed up, got almost barged out of that 4th position and couldn't make it stick, got passed by a couple of riders and ended up in about 6th. So he's going to have to go through to the LCQ. Ugamar coming across as well. So all change in that heat there. And there is your result. Oh, sorry, your lineup for the next one. Heat number 8, Shirar, Klashenko, Krasevskis, Dubois, Shimada, Bodie Turner, nice to see him back, Matthew Tidswell, and Hashimoto, I think it was.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Heat number 8 on the way, all the power on the inside with Corbin, Shirar, and it looks like the Russian rider Klashenko got cut off a little bit, so he's back there in 4 at the moment as they head towards the turn. One rider's gone down on the first straight. We'll give you an idea on that one soon, but it's Shirar leading it out. He's looking good at the moment. Klashenko working his way up into 4, but Shirar leading it through. Krasevski's in there, into that Bodie Turner in there, in 3, the 747, flying like a jumbo jet down that 3rd straight, in and out the final turn. Corbin Shirar took some wins at Rock Hill last year. He's going to get it. Krasevski's in 2, Turner in 3, Klashenko in 4, Dubois, Hashimoto, and Tidswell. All going through.
All going through. Good ride by Shirar. Welcome back, Bodie Turner, to World Cup Racing. Next up, we're going to see Kai Sakaki Bar, Renaud Blanc, Federico Villegas, Amadou Mir, Theo Tween, Corey Freiswick, Harrison Craig, and Ethan Zerna. Kai Sakaki Bar in lane 1, the 7 on his plate.
I'm sure all the Aussies are well fired up for this one.
All of them. See the 214, that's Rio Shimada crossing the line from heat number 8. Heat number 9 on the gate. Renaud Blanc from Switzerland in lane 2. Fede Villegas, excuse me, from Argentina in lane 3. Round 1, heat 9. We are ready.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Down the hill they go. Let's see who's going to get it. Looks like Sakaki Bar with an edge out on Renaud Blanc as he's going to go straight to the front. Gets a little tight. Amadou Mir jumping, then casing. Now Villegas, going into that 2nd place position. So it's going to be Sakaki Bar getting a little over jump on one of those doubles. He finds his footing as he's going to race out of that 2nd corner, followed by Villegas, Blanc, and Tween. Mir going to have some work to do. Looks like he's relegated to the last chance unless something crazy happens, which it just might in that last corner. Sakaki Barra getting down the line with a lunge, followed by Villegas, Blanc, and Tween.
Yeah, Renaud Blanc did well to get through into that 3rd spot. I think he was like 5th or 6th going into the 1st turn. Villegas threaded the needle in that 1st turn and he ended up in 2nd spot. So great riding from those 2 guys as we move on to heat number 10. Ramirez, Clerté, Fantoni, Webster, Seegers, Tomizzoli, Hocking, and Chenaf, I think that is, out of France.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Heat number 10 underway. Eddie Clerté of France looking for a good start, and he may just well have got it, but Ramirez on the inside, he's just going to beat him into that first turn. Great pickup manual there from Clerté as they entered the first turn. So it is Ramirez, Clerté 1 and 2. That's the German rider in there in 3. That'll be Liam Webster just looking through. I think it's Fantoni in 4. It is Fantoni in 4. So Ramirez leading down this third straight. He's in control. Eddie Clerté, oh, slightly out of control in there in 2. Just about holds on to it.
Crazy,
Liam Webster
crazy.
in there in 3. Is Fantoni going to hang on for the 4th? I think he is. Wouter Segers in 5.
Good ride by Ramirez and Clerté. That second and third set of doubles down that second straight seem really small for the speed they're going, so that's going to mix things up, especially when things move on in the round. Heat 11, Vandenberg, D'Souza, Stindl, Gawarian, Panamarev, Ikeda, Marsalek, and Bullen. Bullen Aslan, excuse me. What a great name, Benjamin Bullen Aslan.
Okay, riders,
Big Dave Vandenberg in lane 1.
riders ready, watch the gate.
Let's see if Anderson D'Souza will use his strengths to get to the front, but it's going to be Dave Vandenberg, the big man, going straight to the front. D'Souza looking to contest. We lose a rider in the first corner. They're done. They're going to the last chance qualifier. D'Souza in second place. Dave Vandenberg in first. Marsalek, Panamarev, they will be 3rd and 4th as they spread out going into the last corner. Big space between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4th place not quite out of the water yet as Vandenberg and D'Souza will be crossing the line together, followed by Marsalek and Panamarev.
Yeah, Dave Vandenberg taking the win. He's noted for his power. I'm surprised we didn't see a few sparks coming off that start pad as he left that gate. That's Case Stindl, I think it is, just working his way off track. Sliding out in that first turn. I think he's one of the riders who's actually got a birthday this week as well. So that's not the kind of present he wanted. I'm sure he'll be back for the LCQ later
He
on.
gets another shot in the LCQ. Heat 12 sitting on top of the hill. A little bit of disappointment from Case Stindl, knowing he has to go to the LCQ.
And there is your list. Mayer, Resende, Max Kearns, Babris, Cunning, Game, Deek, and Fletcher. All lining up in Heat 12.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Max Kearns there of Australia in lane number 3, sometime training partner of Connor Fields, but he's looking to have the Fields type power down that first straight. He's looking good at the moment as they go into that turn. He's inside the top 3. Looks like Resende picking up the whole shot, so they head down the straight. Resende looking good. That's Maye in there in 2. Kearns just been shuffled back, but he's trying to make a move on the inside and makes it stick. Babris in there as well for Latvia, who's got that 5th position at the minute and is looking for a way through. Kearns is looking to make his way through to 2nd. Can't quite make it stick in that final turn, but it is as they come down the straight. Resende, Maye to the line. Kearns in 3, Babris in 4. Great laps there.
Lots of moves being made in that between the first and second corner.
Kearns was definitely shopping in that one.
Heading up, we see Joris Harmsen, Arboleda, Palominos, Heel, Kriegers, Boyton, Bierman, Whipch, Coles. Three national champions in this one. Colombia, Chile, and Latvia.
Okay, riders, random start.
Joris Harmsen sitting in lane 1.
Watch the gate.
Gate drops, looks like Harmsen off the track. off the track. I think that's Krieger's going straight to the front. Krieger's looks like the first turn's got some pretty slippery because the rear wheel sliding out underneath Krieger's. That's Heal, Heil, followed by Krieger's. Krieger's in second place. The Colombian rider moving to third. That's Arboleda. Harmson finding his way to fourth. As they go down the last straight, that's Heil, Krieger's, Arboleda, and Harmson. Great ride by the German rider, Heil.
Yeah, a bit of slipping and sliding in that first turn.
Yeah, I keep saying the last corner. The rear tires are kind of slippery in those corners.
Yeah, next up, heat 14, Long, Nagasako, the return of Kai White, Philip Shaw, Mattia Furlan, Akbar, Bogner, and Glab. Nice to see Kai White back on track after a frustrating winter with injuries.
Okay, riders, random start.
But he's back on the Supercross start.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Heat number 14 underway, so can Kai White put that winter of work to good use, and it seems like he has at the moment. The British rider heading for turn number 1 with the whole shot. That's Nick Long on the inside, going into the first turn, so White and Long 1 and 2 at the moment. Kai White of Great Britain stretching himself into a little bit of a lead. The Japanese rider working his way in, that's Nagasako. He's in there in 3, Schaub's in there in 4, Kai White leading it out. Nick Long, the veteran, the Supercross veteran, the USA BMX veteran. And he's only just turned 30, so Kai White's going to get it.
Quite the BMX war veteran is what we're saying.
For sure, Nagasako in 3, Furlan in 4.
Photo finish, second through third place. They will all get in, they just don't know how exactly. As Patrick Bognar, he will be going to the last chance qualifier. One of the juniors. A lot of lessons to be learned. You can see over this second straightaway, over jumps one of the doubles and just doesn't have enough to get over the next set. Finds himself separated from his bike. Looks like he was able to get up on his own.
He did well to get away from
that. Start list, we see Connor Fields, Gargaglia, Cole, Rock and Roll Cole Tizar, Julian Schmidt, Saputra, Diesel Connor, and Oigama.
Jared Garcia was supposed to be in this moto as well, but he's taken the day off after a tumble in practice yesterday.
Watch the gate.
Let's see what the 2016 Olympic gold medalist can do from the USA. Connor Fields looks like he's going straight to the front. He's been in Australia for some time training weeks prior to this event, so he's looking strong, and all rumors show that he's looking for another win here. As Cole Tizar, Rock and Roll Cole Tizar, getting a little wild down that second straightaway. He's going to maintain a second as he's getting pressed by Schmidt. But Connor Field looking quite relaxed and poised as he heads in and out of the last corner, down the last straight, followed by Rock and Roll Cole Tizar, then Schmidt, and Gargaglia for that 4th place and final qualifying position.
Feels definitely looking good. Down that first straight, he's winter training in Australia, paying off.
Doesn't feel like winter.
No, he doesn't. Feeling good as Kyle Evans, Anthony Dean, Jefferson, Jordan Milano, Yamaguchi, Takiko, Yoshi Foya, and Adam Curry line up for heat number 16.
Kyle Evans, recently dubbed Spider-Man.
Okay.
More on that later.
Right, here we go with the penultimate moto here in the first round at Shepparton, and it is Anthony Dean, the 44 in the green, wax and gold of Australia, in and out of that first turn. Kyle Evans in there in 2, just chasing him down, so the 2 powerhouses out front. Oh, Evans went a bit high. Oh, one rider completely explodes on that second straight. Not sure who that was. Yamaguchi's up into 3, but big incident on that second straight as Anthony Dean and Kyle Evans end up in that last turn, 1 and 2. Dino opening the gap now, so Australia are going to take this moto win. I'm sure Anthony Dean will be happy with that. Evans in 2, Yamaguchi in 3. I think it was Brandon Tahiko.
Tahiko almost looked like he did a backflip, dismount, in the second straightaway.
Let's
Anthony
hope he's
Dean
all right.
with a spectacular ride. Tahiko making his way off the track. Kyle Evans, the reason for the Spider-Man, I guess he's been in Australia training prior to this race, and he unfortunately was bitten by quite an 8-legged creature.
This I didn't know.
So much so that he had to go to the doctor for it. So, the real Spider-Man. We go up to the hill. Jay Shippers, Simba Darnan, Noah Brashon, Trey White, Elias Verbinen, Tatsumi Matsushita, Taichi Kagama, and Rico Danvers from New Zealand. Whoa, there's the dismount, the spectacular dismount from Brandon Tahiko.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Rico looking for that lane 8 hole shot, new to the Supercross series. We'll see what he can make, if he can be Rico and Suave, but it's going to be Simba Darnan, I believe, to the front. The big guy from France in front of Shippers. Trey White in 3rd place. Trey White putting a little bit of style over that second straightaway, but he's got to get on it because Brashon is all on his back. So it's going to be Simba Darnan followed by Shippers. Trey White moving to 4th, as I believe Brashon found that 3rd place spot. It's going to be Darnan from France, followed by the Netherlands of Shippers, Brashon, and Trey White getting that last qualifying position.
I'm sure the British fans will be very happy and relieved that Trey's made it through that first round. As the next time we see these guys,
be the last chance qualifier, where they only take 2.
The top 4 will be moving on to the 16th finals.
In the elite men there, coming out of that first round, 17 heats for the elite men there. We're going to the ladies in about 3 minutes' time. And remember, 7 heats in the ladies in the first
So,
round.
Jay,
Yes, Rich?
a nice, relaxed almost start to the 2020 season. As they're next up are the Women Elite round 1, where the top 4 will be going through to the 8, and the other 4 riders in the moto will be moving on to the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, look, I call Connor Fields past the second straight. I think there was microns between his tyre and the top of those jumps. I don't know how he got through that straight so fast. Anthony Dean passed his first straight.
Yeah, Connor Fields certainly an expert and at one with the bike. No one dances
And as
on a
the,
bike like Connor Fields, so he really
Elite
does
women just
something
pause on
very,
top of the hill and
very
just get ready to go.
and just minimises all
Everybody
the risks,
adjusting
keeps it
goggles
nice
and
and
helmets and
smooth.
just trying to keep
Smooth spot on a
themselves
track like this.
calm
So
and
when they get back,
relaxed
they come
as they can
down
possibly be
second and last straightaway, you'll
before they
see
send
something
themselves
like
down the
this.
8-metre hill. I was
Adjusting
having a quick chat with Sarah Walker earlier on, and she's finally got an 8-metre hill to train on in New Zealand. She's been racing Supercross for all these years, and now finally has a hill to train on in Rotorua in New Zealand.
Rotorua.
Rotorua, New Zealand.
That was like, you want a lesson in perfection on how to catch backside? That was it.
Now we're Aussie fans enjoying the sunshine.
2 minutes to go until we get started.
And also
with
the racing.
ladies. And I've got to tell you, I'm really excited about the elite ladies and racing this year. We've got
Nice crowd here in Shepparton, in Victoria, state of Victoria.
Shepparton, round number 1 of the 2020 UCI BMX Supercross World Cup. The best of the best right here, 2 times Olympic champion from Colombia. She won in London, she won in Rio, Brazil. That is Mariana Payon, and she is
Amazingly enough, Jay, on the way in, driving through from Melbourne to Shepparton, actually past the headquarters of an Australian company that my father used to work for.
Oh
back in
yeah,
the
which one
70s.
was that? That's cool.
Yeah, the Kyabram sort of fruit cannery, and that was my connection with this region. I was amazed to find out that the cannery's still there. Random, but yeah, very strange for me that. Wide-brimmed hats and sunglasses, the order of the day, in this beautiful Australian summer weather. And lining up, heat number 1 for the elite women: Laura Smulders, Bethany Shriver, Merle van Bentham, Matilda Dodu, Molly Simpson out of Canada, Vanita Peterson from Latvia, and Peng Na from China.
Smulders, Shriver, and Bentham, all 3 of them no strangers to main events at World Cups. So round 1, heat 1 has got quite a bit of heat in it.
Definitely. If Laura Smulders makes the main event here today, that'll be her 48th main event appearance at World Cup level.
That's it.
That is some statistic. Feels like she's been there a lot longer.
Probably the winningest and most consistent rider in UCI BMX World Cup history.
I think so.
Round 1, Heat 1, Elite Women. Sorry for the fake out fans. They were ready too. We were ready.
We definitely were
but
ready.
They're on hold just for a minute.
Bethany Shriever there on the 911. Working with Sinead Reed.
Set! Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, here we go. Heat number 1, round 1 for the elite women. Laura Smulders on the inside. Oh, Bethany Shriever just getting a nudge there from Matilda Dodu. Smulders working her way back in there, literally threading the needle into that turn. Oh, Dodu's gone down. Taking 1, 2, 3, 4 riders with her. So, and including Bethany Shriever, who got caught up in that crash. So Smulders leading out. Van Bentham in there in 2. The Chinese rider back there in 4. Who's got the 3? It is Venita Peterzone out of Latvia. But Laura Smulders out front and gone. She's going to be able to cruise it in into that final straight. Merle Van Bentham in there in 2, but all the action was in the first turn. Matilda Dodu was looking good. She slid out. She took Bethany Shriever with her. That's really mixed it up, Jason.
That's really mixed it up. And you know, the first turn was slippy for the men. It's got to be even more slippery for the women, as they have to cut back in further to make it to the elite women's side first straight. So we see Bethany Shriever making her way off the track, and what a great first straightaway. Oh, yeah. Slide out, and then they just fall like dominoes.
Yeah, the bike literally disappeared from underneath Matilda Dodu.
Great first straightaway by Dodu as she was battling with Smulders.
Yeah, Bethany was looking good. She's not hurt. She gives the camera a wave on the way past.
Heat number 2, we're going to see Stancil, Mayer, Stavo, Buldinska, Brooke Crane back on the World Cup circuit, Lou, Zhang, and Petre. Felicia Stancil sitting in lane 1. The stars and bars. She's the United States of America national champion. Felicia Stancil, not the best start for her. Brooke Crane with a good start coming out of lane 3. We'll see if she shuts the door on Camille Mayer going into the first corner. Looks like she's managing to do that. Camille Mayer finding herself into the second place position. There's a crash in the first corner. I believe Stancil might have been caught up with that. The Brazilian rider taking it to the sky a little bit in the second straight. That'll be Stavo, the 93, and the Chinese rider of Liu in 4th. We're going to see Crane heading down the rhythm section, followed by Mayer 1 and 2 as they spread out into the last corner. Stavo holding on to a strong 3rd place position. They're going to cross the line. USA, France, Brazil, and China.
Yeah, so disappointment for Felicia Stancil there, sliding out in that first turn, getting caught up in that crash with the 107 of Shannon Petra. Out of Australia, 2 girls up and walking away. They'll be back for the LCQ a little bit later on. But yeah, definitely traction an issue in that first turn for our elite women. With the amount of effort they've got to make to cut back in to get to their straight. And here we see the replay. She disappeared. Stancil was behind and went straight over the bars. She's rolling away. You'd be very lucky not to break a collarbone falling like that.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Stancil to be even in the pack in the first turn right there. She didn't get off to a great start, but I'm sure she will be back with a vengeance come LCQ time.
Heat number 3, Azuero Yabuta, Elise Willoughby, Axel Etienne, Georgia Potter, Zoe Claysons, Yunyun Liu, and Eloise Gonzalez. This is heat number 3 for the elite women here in Shepparton, in the lovely state of Victoria, Australia. Dominica sporting her usual flamboyant hair. Eloise Gonzalez, Julia Buta right there next to Dominica, and Elise Willoughby in in gate 3.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Well, Elise Willoughby laying down the power down that first straight. I was watching her in practice earlier on. She was looking very, very good, and certainly flying into that first turn, holding everybody up. Oh, one rider's gone down, taking another one with her. So yeah, the traction definitely becoming an issue, but not for Elise Willoughby as she moves into that second turn with at least an 8-bike length lead over Axel Etienne. Zoe Claeson's in there in 3, but it is Elise Willoughby of the USA, your reigning world champion. She's out front in this one, switches it onto cruise control for the last straight, rolls across that line. There's a battle on for 2, 3 and 4. Etienne goes through in 2, Zoe Claeson's in 3, Julia Buta in 4.
From Japan in the 4.
Great ride by Elise Willoughby. Axel Etienne getting into that second place position. Not the best start, but a decent finish. As we see Dom Azuero making her way off the track with that flow pink hair and accessories to match.
Yep, Georgia Potter went down in that first turn crash as well. She's already rolled through the finish line. So there's going to be some heavy hitters in the LCQ later on. Dominica Azuero, Felicia Stansel, Bethany Shriver. Definitely going to mix it up a little bit. Luckily everybody's walked away.
Back up to the hill, we're going to see Afremova, Hausman, Mikkelsen, Howell, Petch, Ridenauer, Vaughn, and Torres.
Set! Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
The Russian, Natalia Afremova, using lane 1 to her advantage with a strong start. It's going to be Petch on the outside. All black, just going into that first corner, in and out. Looks like Hausman gaining some ground on Petch. And Afremova taking it to the sky in the second straight. She's in the third place position. Petch, Hausman, Afremova, and Vaughn, the U.S. rider, in fourth place. Ridenauer in the back of the pack. Not sure what happened with her. I think the heat might be affecting her. But right now it's going to be Petch straight to the front, crossing the finish line. Afremova, Hausman, and Vaughn.
Slipped in there for the 2, Weissman for the 3.
Yeah, I think in this heat, Jason, it's going to be a relief to get through in the top 4 as we line up for heat number 5. Valentino, Reynolds, Pries, Walker, Ellie Featherstone out of Great Britain, Desiree Barnes from Australia, Rachel Gaskin, and Manon Veenstra from the Netherlands.
I would have to agree with you. This looks like it's definitely an unfair matchup.
Okay, riders, random start.
A lot of heat in this one.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, let's see. Sarah Walker was telling me about the hill earlier on and the fact she's getting to train on an 8-meter hill now is giving her more confidence as she goes into that first turn. It looks like Lauren Reynolds leading out. Walker just getting pushed into that third spot there by Manon Valentino, but it is the Australian Lauren Reynolds looking very, very relaxed at the moment, heading into turn number 2. Reynolds, Valentino, Pries, Walker. Walker coming under pressure now, looks like, from Manon Veenstra down that third straight. So can Walker hold on to it, the medalist at the London 2012 Olympics? Lauren Reynolds, though, cruising down the final straight. She's going to cross the line and take the win for Australia. Looks like Valentino in 2, Pries in 3, Walker going through in 4, Veenstra in 5, Featherstone in 6, and Barton Gaskin bringing up the rear.
Great ride by Reynolds, taking it to the sky, jumping into that first corner. I haven't seen many of the women do that. As we go back up, we're going to see Christensen, Pahone, Tano, Tuckshire, Suvarova, Ochkinokova, the return of Caroline Buchanan, and Botfield.
Set!
2016 Olympic gold medalist, 2012 Olympic gold medalist, Mariana Pahone in lane 2.
Watch the gate.
Simone Christensen, she put in a World Cup win last year in Manchester. We'll see how she does right now, but it's going to be Pahone and Buchanan just to the outside. It's going to be Pahone, Buchanan, Christensen. Buchanan looking strong as Pahone looking to run away with it and really build the season heading into the Olympics. It's going to be Pahone, Buchanan, Christensen, and Tano. Tano holding on to that 4th place position as we head down the rhythm section. They spread out just a bit. Mariana Pahone all by herself, smiling, I'm sure, with the pink bike crossing the finish line first, followed by Buchanan, Christensen, and Tano.
Yeah, good to see Caroline Buchanan back on the Supercross scene after a fairly substantial break over the last couple of years. I'm sure those first motor nerves have now been put to rest. As we move on, heat number 7, Judy Bao, Seiya Sakakibara, Yaroslava Bondarenko, Erin Lockwood, Tessa Martinez, Annalise Rokov, and Sarah Jones out of Australia. This the final heat for the elite women. Seiya Sakakibara there in lane number 2.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
And as Heat 7, Lucky 7 gets underway, it is the number 7 of Seiya Sakakibara heading down that first straight and looking to get that whole shot. She's in control as they enter that first turn. Looks like the Dutch rider of Judy Bao in there in 2. Coming under pressure now as they go down that second straight, but the Russian rider Yaroslava Bondarenko in there in 3. Erin Lockwood also in the mix, but it's Sakakibara, Bao, Bondarenko, Lockwood. That is your top 4 at the moment, but the Australian rider, he's walking away with this one at the moment. Seiya Sakakibara in and out that final turn. She's going to put it on cruise control to get to the line. Bondarenko's going to get that 2 spot. So it's Seiya Sakakibara, Bondarenko, Judy Bao, Erin Lockwood going through in 4, just pipping Tessa Martinez at the line.
Disappointing for Martinez. She has to go to the last chance qualifier. Next time we see the women, it will be the last chance qualifier. Remember, only qualifying 2 out of each last chance qualifying heat. So the pressure's on. That's an extra lap, and it is hot out there. So we'll see if that affects the riders as the days go on. Men's Elite up next, last chance qualifier. Taking 2. 2 will get you through to the 16th finals, and then from after the last chance qualifier, we're going to go into single elimination round. 4th or better will keep you racing as we get a word from our sponsors.
Happiness. It's hard to define, but sometimes it just comes over you. When you finally dare to take that step and overcome your fear. When you find yourself in one of those magical moments you wish would last forever. When you feel so good, you have to let it out. When the beauty takes your breath away. When you can't resist joining the game. When your wildest dream becomes reality. When you embrace everyday life and the pleasures it offers. When you're out there sharing an unforgettable day. Happiness is as simple as a ride. Ride and smile.
This is a great place to grow a business.
I'm Charles Woolley, and this is Greater Shepparton.
Fertile land, fresh water and sparkling sunshine yield great results. It's the nation's largest dairy industry, exporting to China and Southeast Asia. Fresh fruit makes its way across the country and around the world.
The fresh place to grow your business is right here.
Greater Shepparton. Great things happen here.
Shepparton, show me the fun! Shepparton, show me the fun starts here. Ride Shep's bike trails. I play, you play, we all play. Go big on our mini golf course. Yeah. It's a fun planet with go-karts. Go bowling, strike it lucky. Our lake's full of fish. Rock in and scoop up an ice cream. Race in and see real race cars. Check the Shepparton Show Me website and let the fun begin. Shepparton, show me the fun starts here.
The high country is now really renowned as the destination for cycling.
Having grown up in the area, did you always have that threat of fire and were well aware of it?
This summer we've had horrific bushfires, and having people come back, and it'll be good to see the trails getting filled up and the roads getting filled up with cyclists again.
So the ride that we've done today, that's a road ride that I know pretty well, but you're famous for being a world champion on the mountain bike. You've got to take me off-road.
Yes, we've got Mystic Mountain Bike Park here and then 6 other amazing locations.
I'm on the Buddha Bowl, you've got the pizza, you've got the beer, but my preference is wine. What are my options?
There is a whole trail you can follow to tick off all the breweries of the area. Also the King Valley, famous for the winery, so there's something for everyone.
This is one of my favourite destinations. I'm coming back in Easter. Hopefully lots of other people come back as well and support the locals.
Cheers, mate.
I think we're just a few minutes away from some more racing action.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely sold on coming to Shepparton after that.
Elite Men, LCQ, last chance qualifier. 2 to qualify out of each heat. If you do not get top 2 or better, you go home for the day. Booty, Akbar, Gawarian, Carey, Jouvet, Molina, and Fletcher.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Cedric Booty coming out of lane 1. We'll see if he can make something happen after his crash, but there's Molina on the outside. He had some bad luck first round as well. As Molina's going to go straight to the front. He manages to stay up and keep his feet on the pedals, but Booty all over him. Now Molina might be in trouble because second place is bubble position. You don't want the bubble to get popped. Fletcher all over Molina's action. Molina in trouble now as he's got Fletcher, and now Gawarian looking to shop. But we'll see. It's going to be Booty, followed by Molina, just making it through.
Yeah, Hayden Fletcher gave it everything he had in that one. It just wasn't quite enough, the young Aussie rider. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow for another crack at it. As we move on to Heat 2 of the last chance qualifiers, Shopman, Craig, Seegers, Chenaf, Amadou Mir, Kate Stindl, and Rinke Oogema out of the Netherlands. Got some fast guys in this one as well. Mitchell Shopman, probably being the most notorious of them. It's great to see Amadou Mir back on the World Cup Tour as well.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Heat 2 of the LCQs underway. Riders heading down that 8-metre hill, and it is Mitchell Shopman on the inside. Kay Stindl moving across from the outside, and that's Amadou Mir in the middle as they head into the first turn. Stindl just getting pushed high, so heading down that second straight. Stindl in that second position. You've got to be first or second in the last chance qualifiers. That's how you get yourself through. Stindl still trying to make moves. Oh, pushed high in the turn. Amadou Mia working his way into that second spot now. Mitchell Shopman. Here comes Wouter Segers. Segers working his way through now. So Segers in the second position. It is Shopman, Segers, Mia. Oh, Amadou Mia shaking his head as he came across the line. He knows he's blown it. Wouter Segers working his way in.
Segers gets the 2.
Stindl got played.
He was doing
both
everything
times.
down that first and second straight.
Oh my gosh. Definitely disappointing. Back up to the hill, we see Kyle Hill, Dubois, Danvers, Ikeda, Hasegawa, Shimada, and Freiswick.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Riders looking to make a name for themselves in this last chance qualifier. Looks like we have someone coming from the outside with a great first straightaway. In and out of the first corner, over the doubles. Looks like the battle is for second and third place. Now they're starting to fan themselves out as they come out of the second course. Be Freiswick, Dubois, Hill in third. Hill's going to be shopping. Dubois might be in trouble as they go into the last corner. We're going to see a move. Looks like we do. Wow, looks like Freiswick is going to be all by himself up front, followed by Hill, making it happen. That's an Aussie 1-2 in the LCQ.
Yeah, we'll definitely be happy about that one, Corey Freiswick. A stalwart of the Australian BMX scene. Not sure who the rider was who took the tumble. Might have been the Japanese rider, Hasegawa, who got together with Ryo Shimada. So the two Japanese riders not having the best of luck in that LCQ, but rolling away, albeit somewhat slowly. And the 17 of Hasegawa, Yuto Hasegawa of Japan, just getting some assistance to leave the track, but he is walking off, which is what you want if you're going to crash. Heat number 4 of the last chance qualifiers, elite men, Jace Cunning, Yuka Yoshimura, Devechi, Saputra, Zerna, and Jaden Keogh of Australia. No Brandon Tahiko in this one, so I'm assuming that that crash has taken its toll earlier on. 53, Jace Cunning from Australia. Right, the 203 Deveki got an absolute screamer, but it's not worked out for him down the hill, as it looks like the Japanese rider, that'll be Yoshimura, heading into that first turn in front. Jace Cunning in there in 2. So the Australian rider nicely nestled in that second spot. At the moment, you need to be 1 or 2 to get through in the last chance qualifiers. They are spread out now, Yoshimura and Cunning. Zerna in 3, Deveki's back there in 4 at the minute, not getting the results he wanted. But Yukiya Yoshimura, the Asian Continental Champion, he's going to get through this LCQ. Great lap from him. Jace Cunning's going through in 2. Has a quick look over the shoulder to see who's there, and it was Deveki, but he wasn't close enough.
Heading back up to the hill, men's elite last chance qualifier, heat number 5, Shaw, Boyton, Whipsh Coles, Tidswell, Jai Homsch, Louis Cotton, and Diesel Connor. German national champ, he'll be coming out of lane 1. That'll be Philip Schaub. Let's see if Schaub can make it out of the LCQ and into the big show this evening as it goes on. Schaub with a great first straightaway. He's going to find himself going into the first corner. Going in first, coming out in first as they go over the doubles in the second straightaway. Whoa, bit of an overjump. Has to check himself before he wrecks himself. It's going to be Shaw, Boyton, Homsch in trouble. We'll see if he can make something happen. Homsch looks like he might have some room to make a move, but the door is shut on him, so now it's a race down the last straightaway for that final position. We'll see what happens. Schaub and Boyton making it through, so Germany and Australia 1 and 2.
Yeah, got a bit tight as they came out of that Final turn, everybody battling for position. Moving on, heat 6, Jakob Bernhardt, Ugamar, Jamie Gill, Robin Dieck, Tatsumi Matsushita, Elias Verbinen, and Oliver Moran.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Right, let's have a look at heat number 6 as it leaves the gate. Jamie Gill from Australia, the rider in black. They're looking like he got a great start. He's going to lead it into the turn. So Gill getting the whole shot, all kinds of pressure. Riders ducking underneath. Oh, it's getting very tight as they go down the straight. Looks like Ugamar in there as well. And he's on the inside. Jamie Gill's been shuffled back. He's in there in 4 now. So it's Matsushita and Bernhardt who are going 1 and 2. Matsushita, the Japanese rider. Bernhardt, Jamie Gill's having one last gasp at it. Ugamar's in there in 3. Matsushita and Bernhardt looking like they're going to bring it to the line. Yes, they do. They go 1 and 2. Jamie Gill shakes his head in disappointment.
Gill going from 1st to 4th to 3rd, leaving the door way too wide open in that first corner. But definitely a learning experience for him, that's for sure.
That looked like the 383 having a mechanical
that
problem.
That will be Elias Verbinen. Looks like he has a little bit of a technical difficulty going on with his bike. You can see them heading into the last corner. Crash in that rhythm section. Looks good to see him walking off. Heat number 7, Palominos, Warner, Jackal, Rodway, Bennett, Bognar, and McConey.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
The Chilean national champion, Rodriguez Palominos, coming out of lane 1. We'll see if he can put lane 1 to good use. He's going to be going in and out of the first corner in first. Swinging wide, though, giving some room to the number 2 rider as they spread out a little bit going down the second straightaway. Number 2, it's going to be Palominos, followed by Jackal. The German rider definitely staying on Palominos' tail. He's in trouble as there is a move from 3rd to 1st. Let's see if Palominos can manage. Looks like Palominos might be edged out. We'll see what happens. It's going to be Rodway, Palominos, and Jackal not getting through.
Yeah, open up the textbook at the chapter marked turns, and Nathaniel Rodway definitely been reading that book because he just dived straight underneath and went from 3rd to 1st. One rider sliding out in the corner. But a great move from Nathaniel Rodway in that final turn to go from 3rd to 1st and make his way through.
I'm seeing some rear wheel drifts, even though the riders are staying up.
Next up is heat number 8. We've got Bradley Game, Rico Berman, Soma Hashimoto, Simon Marcotte, Corey Taylor, and Marcus Wick.
Rico Bierman, a young junior from New Zealand. A lot of juniors in this one.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
It's Bradley Game of Australia on the inside on that 35 plate, but we are looking at Simon Marcotte from the Swiss team. He's going to head into the first turn and get that whole shot. Bradley Game in there in 2, but it's all about the Swiss rider at the minute. Got this one under control, just smooth through that second straight and heading into that second turn. Bradley Game just making a slight mistake there. That's just allowing Berman to move up on him. Taylor's in there in 4, so Marcotte looking in control in this one. Bradley Game in there in 2. Can Berman get him in that final turn and the final straight? We will soon see as they bring it to the line. Marcotte gets it. Bradley Game for 2. Rico Berman in 3. And Corey Taylor in 4. Marcotte and Game going through.
Game is still in the game. Couldn't resist. Had to throw the dad joke in there.
You're allowed to throw at least 2 in per broadcast. Jason.
2 per broadcast. Only 2. So I have to use them wisely is what you're saying. We're going to see Wade Turner, Joshua McDermott, Ugama, Verhoeven, Syra Fudin, and Glab
coming at you in Heat 9, last chance.
Opinion of Indonesia and Glad of Australia.
Okay, riders, random start.
Heat number 9, last chance qualifier elite men taking 2. The lane 1 rider not looking at the lights, just looking straight down. Let's see if he can find his way into second place. Looks like he might just edge his way into second place. They come out of the first corner, all looking tight. Looks like there's a battle for third and fourth. Now second place trying to overtake first. Getting caught up, Verhoeven, Turner, McDermott, Ugama looking to get in there. Everybody's, wow, this is crazy. I believe that's Verhoeven. I'm not even sure anymore. The leads changed so much. As they go down the last straight, one rider is guaranteed to get in there, that's for sure. Turner, McDermott getting through. Wade Turner, Australian favorite, I believe brother of Bodie.
Yeah, I'm sure is.
So they will find themselves in the show.
Last of the LCQs now for the elite men: Ikigami, Yoshi, Tomizoli, Boyer, Hocking, and Bullen Aslin.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Two Japanese riders on the inside, so we're looking for some big things from them, but it is looking like Boyer. Oh, he unclipped. He was going so fast, and his feet came out of the pedals as he landed off that first jump, so that's totally ruined it for him. But it is the Japanese riders going 1 and 2 in the minute. Ikigami and Yoshi into that second turn. The Italian rider in there in 3. That's Tomizoli, Ikigami, Yoshi, Tomizoli in that 3. He's looking to work his way in. Is he going to get it in and out the final turn? He's going to go high-low. He's going to dive. They're going to drag race down the final race. Tomizoli to the line. Is he going to get it? Oh! Oh, dear me. Well,
I don't know. Will they count that as legal?
He gave him a little tickle, didn't he? As
A
he
little
came
tickle,
across
but I
that
think
final
he
jump.
got off balance as well.
There might not have been any intention in that.
Correct.
But
Agreed.
You never know how the
I
officers
agree, but
see
we don't know
these
how the
things.
officials will see it. Good thing our calls are unofficial.
That's very true.
Hawking making his way off the track. Well, our first round of disappointment, as we officially have some riders that will not be going on in the rest of the program after the men's elite last chance qualifier. However, all of the favorites seem to have made it through.
Yeah. And the LCQs were definitely very entertaining, Jason.
Yeah, they were.
I had a nice cheer for Wade Turner outside when he took the win in his LCQ, so he's clearly popular with the fans here in Shepparton. As we wait for the elite women LCQs.
You know who we haven't heard from?
Tori.
We haven't heard from Tori. Wonder who he has in the rider's corner.
I am beside myself with excitement.
Well, we will soon find out, and we're going to pitch it to Tori as soon as they're ready. Here at the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup in Shepparton, Australia.
Laura Smolders, defending World Cup champion. Obviously, we had a short off-season this year. What's something that you specifically worked on this off-season?
Still working on. I'm still in the middle of my off season, to be honest. It just happens to be 2 World Cups in a row right now in February, so definitely trying on getting stronger. Tokyo is going to be a long track, so also working on that to be still good on the last straight. So yeah, just working on all kinds of stuff. I just want to be better out of the gate, better on the track, but also better on the last straight. So it's just a big package, really.
So obviously coming into an Olympic year, all the intensity ramps up. There's a lot of craziness going on. How do you handle that?
Well, a little bit like I just said, I didn't want to rush into this season. I don't want to rush into doing a shorter preparation for the World Cups right now. I just want to do a normal one, be relaxed throughout the winter, have a good training time, not stress too much about it. At the moment, I'm in a pretty comfortable lead points-wise in the internal ranking for the Netherlands. So I'm just aiming to do well in the month of May, so I don't have to peak as many times as maybe other girls have to. So I'm just trying to have a relaxed preparation into the season and then hopefully do well at Papendal, Rock Hill and then Houston, and then train for the Olympics if I can go.
With this being your 3rd Olympic cycle, what's something you've learned? Because obviously you have a lot more experience now from your first Olympics in London. So what's something you learned from those previous cycles that you're taking into this year?
Definitely don't stress too much. You need to take time, need to take your time, the time you need to prepare for your races to come. Everybody's different. I've found every year I learn new stuff and try to implement it into the next year. So yeah, just patience really is a really important thing.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Laura, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tori.
Yeah, always good to hear from the best-looking retired BMXer in Canada.
There was a lot of qualifiers.
He's a qualified guy.
Okay. Well, Laura Smolders, definitely a woman with a plan.
Sounds like it.
Heading into Tokyo, comfortable lead. So that is something we should talk about. That little thing called the Olympics.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. So as we can see, strategy is already happening. Some riders know they are going more or less to the big show, to the Olympics, and some don't. So Laura, because of her comfortable lead, 99% guaranteed a spot on her country's Olympic team. So that's her main focus. Whereas some other riders, as Laura mentioned, may have to peak 2 or 3 times during the year, whether it's through the World Cup season or at the World Championships, and then again if they get to the Olympics there as well. So Laura's definitely focused. I'm sure she will still be in contention for a top 3 finish here.
You don't ever write Laura Smolders off. I think the interesting part with the Olympic qualification is going to be the kind of the point scenario in the men's side for like 3, 4 and 5, because it's quite close between the likes of Colombia and Britain and Australia and that kind of thing. So that'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. We are moving on to the last chance qualifiers for elite women. Natalia Suvarova, Yaru Zhang, Georgia Potter, Eloise Gonzalez and Vanessa Buldinska. All lined up for Heat 1 with Natalia Suvarova of Russia on the inside. I think one of the great things for the elite women in the LCQs is they can spread out quite a bit across the gate, so it gives them plenty of room, and Natalia Suvarova definitely making the most of that and heading into that first turn with a whole shot. So Suvarova, the Russian rider, whoa, there was some sliding going on in that turn, but she's managed to hold on to it. She's in 1, looks like the rider in 2, that'll be Vanessa Buldinska out of Latvia. So Russia and Latvia going 1 and 2 at the moment. These are the qualifying spots. Zhang they're in 3, doing it for China and pushing up on the Latvian rider. So China and Latvia battling for the final position. Zhang going high in the turn. Buldinska's gone underneath her. Buldinska looking like she's going to hold on. Suvarova's got this one in the bag. Buldinska in 2, but Zhang, she was really putting some moves on in 3.
Making it a push. She probably could have stuck it in there if she stayed a little bit tighter, put more pressure on the inside rider. As we go up to the start list, Martinez, Howell, Dudu, Simpson, and Rokov.
Simpson of Canada and Rokov of Australia.
Matilda Dudu, number 28, going down
Okay, riders, random start.
in the earlier qualification.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Oh, lane 1 blows it out of the gate. Matilda Dudu looks like Canada and France, 1 and 2, as Matilda Dudu finds her way to the front. Aruba now going into that second place position. That's going to be Howell. So it's going to be Dudu and Howell, 1 and 2. Molly Simpson shopping, waiting for a mistake from Howell. But Howell putting on the pressure now with Dudu. Howell, see if she's going to make a move. I'm sure she's feeling the pressure from the Canadian rider of Simpson. Matilda Dudu, let's see if she can hold on to this first place as she crosses the line, followed by Howell. France and Aruba, 1 and 2, they will make it to the next round.
Great to see Matilda Dudu make up for a disappointment in the first round after sliding out in that turn. Ovchinnikova, Jones, Torres, Shriver, and Louis lining up for heat number 3 of the last chance qualifiers for elite women. Great Britain's Beth Shriver locked and loaded on the outside. Let's see what she's got. I say outside, it's gate 4, but it's the outside of this particular LCQ. And Bethany Shriver, she was gone. As soon as that gate fell, she streaks out into the lead, and the Great Britain rider picking up the whole shots. Heading down that second straight, she's got some pressure now coming from Ovchinnikova in 2, but Bethany Shriver looking calm and in control. In and out of the second turn, the Great Britain rider nearly half a second ahead of Ovchinnikova. Torres in there in 3. These 5 girls now definitely spread out as they go into the final turn. Shriver holding on to it. Shriver and Ovchinnikova, they're going to go 1 and 2 in this one. Great Britain taking the LCQ. Russia going through in 2 with Torres in 3.
Back up to the hill, we're going to see a couple of unlikely suspects in a last chance qualifier. That would be Stansel and Tuxer, followed by Featherstone, Barnes, and Gaskin. They will round out the lineup. Dana Tuxer and Felicia Stansel, I would say relatively new to the last chance qualifier. Dana Tuxer, a little bit of pressure from lane 2. She came out of her pedals. That's going to mess up her start. Dana Tuxer in a little bit of problems. Stansel is going to run away with it into the first corner. Tuxer finding her way into second, recuperating from that bad start. It's going to be Stansel, though, looking at all open season right in front of her. A lot of space between first and second. Dana Tuxer, Barnes, the Australian, looking to make a good show in front of her home country, getting into the show. But Tuxer now in second place, looking to hold on to it. It's going to be Stansel, Tuxer, Barnes, Gaskin will have to come back another day as they are done.
Yeah, big disappointment for Great Britain's Ellie Featherstone coming out of the pedals. She'll be back tomorrow to have another go. Right, Heat 5, Veenstra, Riedenau, Mikkelsen, Botfield, Dominica Azuero, and Shannon Petra. Right, the last of the last chance qualifiers for the elite women underway. Peyton Rydnor of the USA leading down that first straight. That's Dominica Azuero right there next to her. And Drew McKeelson trying to work her way in on the inside. Oh, it's given away. And she's taking Azuero with her. So 2 of the riders have gone down. Peyton Rydnor right out there in front. Looks like, I can't even tell who's in that second spot at the moment. Shannon Petra out of Australia. So the local crowd will be going mad for this one. Peyton Rydenord, newly mounted on Mongoose for 2020. She's out front in this, and they're still battling in that final turn. Can Petra hold on to it? She's under pressure, I think, from Veenstra. Veenstra's going to take that other qualifying position. Oh, but Dominica Azuero and Drew McKeelson cut it hard on that inside of that turn. Down she went, took Azuero with her. Oh, lies back as if to say, really? It had to happen now. So disappointment there for two of BMX Supercross's finest riders. So that wraps up our early rounds of racing, Jason.
That's it. We're going to go into single elimination now. It is on.
Main show then coming away at 10 minutes to 2 o'clock this afternoon. On behalf of the greater
Right,
Shepparton
Drew
Council,
McKeelson crosses the line.
and welcome to the first round of the
Looks like we'll see you a
UCI
little bit
BMX
later on
Supercross World
for
Cup.
the main events.
It's fantastic to be back in Australia after 10 years.